Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now it's 6:30.
Good evening. This is News 6 at 6:30, getting results for you. Thanks for joining us here live on News 6 Plus. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Emily McLeod. A former elementary school teacher and principal will be prosecuted after police said about 100 teens, including her sons, were partying at the principal's house. In January, in addition to the alcohol and marijuana, Cocoa Beach police said a kid was playing with a gun at Elizabeth Hill Brodigan's house. A teen even got a DUI. When paramedics were trying to help another teen who got drunk, police said third grade teacher Carly Anderson berated them. News 6's James Barbero continues his coverage with a new list of charges the former educators are fighting now.
My character's being, slandered.
This was Carly Anderson telling Inside Edition her side of the story.
Are you Carly? I'm looking for Carly Anderson.
After she walked away from me.
Carly, I just wanted to talk to you about the party, and if you wanted to give your side of the story, this would be your opportunity.
Now the former Roosevelt Elementary School teacher and the principal, too, will have to answer questions in court because the state attorney's office just formally decided to prosecute them. The statement from the state attorney's office reads, Florida's laws dealing with open house parties and underage drinking are meant to keep our young people and communities safe. When laws are violated, the state attorney's office stands with law enforcement, the school board, and the community we serve to hold the offenders accountable and ensure the safety of our youth.
That's poor judgment.
This man I met in front of the school when the story broke in January thought Anderson and Hill Brodigan should be prosecuted too.
I'm not sure exactly what the action should be, but there definitely should be some action taken, because that's unacceptable.
Facing charges ranging from disorderly conduct to child neglect, they could go back to jail, or in the former principal's case, even prison. We have a full list of the charges on clickorlando.com. I also talked to police today. I asked them for an update on investigating that fake 911 call they say somebody made at the party to distract them and move them somewhere else. You might remember this from my last story.
I just got an anonymous phone call stating that there was a guy being held gunpoint at Sydney Fisher Park. Stated someone was possibly held at gunpoint and then disconnected the line.
A detective told me they're still working on that part of the investigation. They're waiting on getting some more phone records. In Cocoa Beach, Brevard County, I'm James Sparvero, getting results, News 6.
A lot of problems there with that.
Crazy situation. Interesting that she went on Inside Edition to tell her side
Very
of
interesting.
the story. So yeah, it's been talked about. That story blew up
It was
online
huge
when it happened. Yeah.
I mean, if you think about everything that went along with it, it makes sense. All right. Well, a pilot dog beach in Ormond Beach is here to stay. The Volusia County Council voted to make more than half-a-mile stretch a permanent spot for people to bring their pets.
Yeah, the year-and-a-half pilot program allowed county leaders to see how people would handle their pets if given access to the beautiful waters of Volusia County. They think over 12,000 dogs visited the beach over that time, and out of those, they say only 15 left waste that wasn't picked up by the owners.
That's impressive.
I find that hard to believe because
You get out
in
there.
my neighborhood, there's not that many dogs and way more than 15 leave them. Even better, there were 0 bites over the entire trial run and no reports that beach wildlife was disturbed.
This is proof that we can have an idea come up and people not be supportive of it in the beginning and then allow it to play out and then turn those minds around and get support. So I'm very appreciative of that.
The rules on the dog beach will remain the same. People will need to clean up after their dogs, keep them on a leash that's no longer than 6 feet, and provide proof of rabies vaccination if asked. So, whoever said we can't have nice things?
Hey, I was thinking that would never work out, but
I think a lot of people were.
You ever see a dog at the beach? It's like the greatest day of their lives.
Oh my gosh, Sadie, our
time.
dog, loves the beach. Hates any other form of water. Hates the hose, and she's a lab. Hates the pool.
Oh, really? But loves the beach?
Loves the beach.
Look at that. All dogs love the beach, I think. All right, let's get you over to meteorologist Jonathan Kagas. What's going on the radar tonight?
Yeah, guys, if you're heading to the beach this evening, we are pinpointing a couple of downpours. Most of them are inland and far away. We do have a couple that started around Mims and Titusville and started to push inland a little bit closer to Seminole County, Chuliota, Geneva. That's still back off to your east. And then we've been watching the heavier stuff hanging around Palm Coast and Marineland all evening long. Those have really shifted back off to the Atlantic and dissipated. Still a few lightning strikes. You see it right there around Marineland and Palm Coast. So again, make sure you're just paying attention to that. A lot of lightning around Leesburg right now. This is working its way heading back into Eustis, into Mount Dora as well, about 15-20 minutes away from that. So we're going to keep a close eye on that one. There's nothing severe out there, certainly, though. It's raining like crazy. It's gusty winds out there and a whole lot of lightning, as you can see. And we also have, again, those few stray stells pushing closer to Seminole County this evening. Hour-by-hour forecast through the rest of your evening. Again, rain chances stay with us, especially right around the I-4 area and points to the east, only at about 20% through about 9 o'clock. Again, just a few of them out there right now. We're going to talk much more about where these ones are headed coming up in about 10 minutes, guys.
Jonathan, thank you. Well, today, people across 4 Central Florida counties are casting their ballots for who will represent them on Capitol Hill. Florida's U.S. House District 6 is holding a special election today. The seat was held by Rep. Mike Waltz since 2018. He resigned to take the job as President Trump's national security advisor. The 2 main candidates on the ballot to replace Waltz are former State Senator Randy Fine, who resigned his seat representing parts of Brevard County to run in this race, and Joshua Wheel. Part of the reason there's such a close eye on this race is the razor-thin margin in the U.S. Capitol. House Republicans hold a 5-seat lead right now. 4 seats are up for grabs in special elections, 2 of them here in Florida. The others are vacant after a representative in Arizona and Texas passed away earlier this month. The Arizona district has never voted Republican in its 20-year history. The Texas one has been blue ever since 1973. So these are the ones everybody's paying attention to. The polls close in this race in about an hour. We're going to bring you the results on air. Click Orlando.com and the News 6 app as soon as they come in. News 6 anchor Lisa Bell hit the road to Oviedo, where WKMG is bringing you stories all week long. I told you about the Oviedo Farmers Market last night. It's just one of the many things to do in that beautiful place called Oviedo.
Yep. Morning anchor Krista Moyer has your insider guide.
Now I'm giving you a guide to the city based on the recommendations you all sent in, starting with the Townhouse Restaurant. Now many of you have said this is the only good place here. Another said the staff are friendly and welcoming. So let's go, come on, let's get inside, come on.
This restaurant is located on North Central Avenue, just north of Broadway Street. The menu described as
classic diner food with a Greek influence.
While getting video of all the good eats, I made myself comfortable with some of the regulars here.
This is like the gals' table.
Like Michelle Young and her family.
Why Townhouse Restaurant?
We come here every week because they treat us well, the food is good, and it's nice and clean.
The Townhouse is family owned and operated with quite the history.
It is actually Oviedo's very first restaurant, established in 1955, believe it or not.
Townhouse is a staple in many people's lives.
Next, I went to Oviedo on the Park, recommended by Kendra Haywood, who said it has splash pads, paddle boats, and fun outdoor restaurants. It's located on Center Lake Lane and hosts several family events throughout the year.
You can pedal your own swan boat here on the lake, and it's just a beautiful way to experience Oviedo.
After getting a leg workout and enjoying the view, it was time to check out a place attracting people with a proclivity for planting along Slavia Road.
Now I'm here at Lucas Nursery, and one of my News 6 colleagues, Derek, said I had to check it out because it has more than just plants here.
It's home to a 4,000 square foot butterfly and bird conservatory.
Fun fact, butterflies taste with their feet. Okay. They smell, touch, and balance with their antenna, and they drink with a proboscis.
A little juice on your finger encourages butterflies to land on you for a fun encounter.
You could put a butterfly right on the end of your nose.
I love that. They're so friendly.
This nursery is historic. The Lucas is one of the founding families of Oviedo, establishing a farm here in 1912. The business now has an inventory of more than 60,000 native plants, gardening supplies, home decor, and more.
A lot of people don't realize that the Lucases are still running the nursery.
Some of you wrote in about loving the outdoors here in Oviedo and the trail, so I'm here at the Econ River Wilderness area.
You can hike, bike, or horseback the nearly 3-mile trail system, and you may spot wild animals.
I really like it because it's open and it's dog friendly.
Well, that's a wrap for my guide to Oviedo. I couldn't fit everything in this video, so be sure to head to clickorlando.com/insider for a full list and tell me about your experiences in the comments section. In Oviedo, Crystal Moyer, Getting Results, News 6.
Oh, good stuff. The townhouse there, I've
Yes.
heard a lot about. There's also a little hole-in-the-wall barbecue place I'm going to on Friday called Brisket's Barbecue.
You're going there?
Yeah, I'm going
You
there.
didn't invite me?
You're invited.
I'm
You just have to
sitting
sit at
here
a different
saying,
table.
I'm so hungry.
Because I'm going to devour it. No,
Not
it's
if I
gonna
get there
be good.
first.
All right, we'll see. Well, I'll be back in Oviedo tomorrow, in fact, as WKMG hits the road all week long there. Stay tuned as I take a close look at the city's growth. Plus, we take you to the lake known for having one of the highest concentrations of gators in the state. Join us live on News 6 and News 6 Plus streaming app for your TV. Find all our Hits the Road stories at clickorlando.com. Still ahead, reunited.
One of the astronauts who spent an unplanned 9 months in space is back home with her 4-legged family members. A sweet video is coming up.
Just a couple of storms out there, but they are producing a ton of lightning, especially around Leesburg, closing in on Tavares and Eustis. We're going to take a closer look at some of these cells, guys, coming up in a few minutes.
The return of spring signals the return of pests. After the break, we're looking at how you can get results for your home and keep the bugs out.
You're watching News 6 at 6:30 live on News 6 Plus. Getting results in Mount Dora, DeLand, and all of Central Florida. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Your Tuesday evening traffic alert. Not only do you have to watch out for some of that fog overnight, but we're going to pinpoint some construction out here also along the Florida Turnpike. We talk about it all the time, so be careful. Those lane closures and along State Road 417. I'm not scheduled for any complete shutdowns, but when there's no rain, we know we ramp that stuff up overnight, so please make sure you're paying attention. I'm Trooper Steve with the News 6 traffic alert. Drive safely. I'll catch you in the morning.
All right, thank you, Trooper Steve. Well, it's getting warmer and flowers are blooming, meaning the critters are coming out and they're creeping into your home.
Into my home?
Into your home.
Don't point at me. News 6 handy newsman Eric Von Anken's getting results at home, showing you how to do it yourself, tackle your projects quickly and easily to keep more money in your pocket.
Destiny, what's wrong?
Eric, there's bugs. Lots of bugs.
Okay, that's why we're here today. They asked us to take care of the bugs.
Oh, thank God.
So if you're trying to keep the bugs out of your house, the first thing you got to do is build a barrier around it. Hey, I'm News 6 anchor Eric Von Anken, the handy newsman. You already met Destiny. I'm going to show you how to build that barrier. Step one is to walk around your house, because remember, you're going to be spraying around your house. Anytime the plants are close enough that the creepy crawlies could walk from the vegetation up and into your house, it's not great. So you may want to start to trim stuff back and, in the least, pull out the stuff that is up against the house. Step two now, go shopping. Wait.
What?
Where you going?
Shopping.
Destiny, I already went shopping. And besides, it's not that kind of shopping anyway.
Eric.
You know what I discovered? There are do-it-yourself pest control stores. The DIY places sell commercial-grade insecticide. This is actually some of my favorite stuff. It's called Transport. It is a bit pricey, but remember, of course, the more you spend, the better it works. And this stuff does work. And you actually get 24 treatments, depending on the size of your house. Step three, suit up.
Destiny, pass me the hose, please.
Are you serious? Step four now is to mix. All you need is water and a spray bottle. Step five now is to spray. So instructions from the DIY pest control store say to spray several feet up the walls and several feet out on the ground. And when you get to windows and doors, spray a perimeter around each of them. Instructions also say to spray around any roof eaves or soffit vents. Then just work your way all the way around your house. Do this every 3 months or so, and that should get results at your home. And if it doesn't, maybe then it's time to call a pro.
You know, Destiny just does not like bugs.
No, she hates bugs.
And Vonne is really putting her through the ringer with the wasps.
This is true.
And the bugs now, so, you know, she's learning a lot.
She should have never told him that she didn't like bugs.
That's true.
That could save you a lot of money, though, because when you call a pest controller out to your house, it's hundreds of dollars, and that was 24 treatments for it was $100 or something like that.
Just get out there on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, if you'd like to check that out again, we put the project on clickorlando.com. Just look under Getting Results at Home.
And if you have a project you'd like Eric to tackle, send us an email at gettingresultsathome@wkmg.com. And next week, Eric might just show up to your door.
And that is a threat. Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas joins us now. Yeah, summertime comes around, the critters start crawling into the house.
Yeah, they're out there. The skeeters are biting the last couple days.
Yeah. It's starting to feel like summer.
Doesn't the rain play a part in that too? They're going inside, they're looking for dry areas.
Looking for stuff, absolutely. Yeah, they're out there. So now's about the time to get things treated as we get into the summer. Those summer bugs are coming out. I saw those nasty grasshopper things. Hold on, the name is, I know what they're called, the lubbers. Yeah, those things. Oh, man. Terrible little creatures, and they will eat your garden for sure. All right, so we have some thunderstorms out there, especially in Lake County. We also have some around Ormond Beach. No lightning with these just yet, but we are seeing a few of these downpours fire up just to the west of us in Daytona and Ormond. Those will be continuing to push off the Atlantic coastline. We'll check in on Flagler County, our friends in Palm Coast, Marineland. We've been taking it on the chin with some super heavy rain over the last hour or so. Things are now winding down and pushing off the Atlantic coast. It's a stray downpour again lingering for us in Palm Coast. That'll be over in the next 15, 20 minutes or so. The big one right now is in Lake County. This one continues to materialize and push to the east. This is going to affect areas eventually into Zellwood, Tangerine, Apopka with the lighter stuff. The heavier stuff with all the lightning is now moving into Tavares, Dublin, getting into Mount Dora, Eustis, and Seneca. We will see the heavier stuff in the next few minutes or so as this continues to drift to the northeast over the last couple of minutes. And again, a few more minutes away from getting the really heavy stuff in Tavares. If you're not on the edge of it right now, again, you'll be in the whole thing coming up shortly. A quick little quick hitting downpour in Altamont Springs for us. Next hour or so, all of this around the I-4 corridor going to begin to wind down, and we will see a few stray showers and storms maybe lingering to about 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, we're going to be watching these fade quickly, much faster than last night. 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, just about a 20% shot for a stray downpour to sneak in here. Otherwise, we're going to be mainly on the dry side. Love this shot here. We have the storms again trying to fire up a little rain shaft in the background. You see that the wispy lines in the dark there. A quick hitting thunderstorm on the other side of the city. That is a live look in downtown Orlando with our Light Orlando delivering Hope Skycam. Temperatures right now back to the upper 80s. The breeze out of the south-southeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. It's been warm all afternoon. We'll continue to watch the warmth build. First 90-degree day of the year officially at the Orlando International Airport. 89 in Oviedo right now, 77 in Leesburg where that thunderstorm is. So again, it makes a huge difference where the rain has been. It's almost that time of the year where it could be 95 right down the street. It's back to the mid-70s if you got hit by that thunderstorm. Now here's a look at your pinpoint, accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by the Florida Lottery.
Temperatures tomorrow back to around 90 degrees. Really from this point today to where we'll get to the second half of the weekend, we will keep rain chances back up to around, we'll keep the temperatures, I should say, around 90 degrees. Rain chances tomorrow only at about 10 to 20%, hanging around 90 in Wildwood, back to the lower 80s in New Smyrna Beach. Now here's a look at your pinpoint accurate 7-day forecast. We're pushing 90 again the next 3 days. Lots of sunshine coming away, hanging around 90 degrees on Saturday, a little bit warmer than that on Sunday. 40% shot for thunderstorms on Monday, also into Tuesday. You notice, though, with that round of storms, guys, look at the temperature change. 90 on Monday, back to the mid to upper 70s on Tuesday. And I don't think we're done with the cold fronts either.
Oh,
a little
such
teaser.
a tease,
Yeah.
Jonathan Kegas. I like it. All right. WKMG is hitting the road to Oviedo all week, telling the stories unique to that city, talking about its charm, its history, including one of the claims to fame, celery.
Who knew?
Believe it or not, when you think of Florida, oranges usually comes to mind.
Yeah, but Oviedo was once known as the celery capital of the world. I just learned that today with our coverage. I had no idea. News 6 anchor Ginger Gadsden shows us why as she takes a look at the city's fruitful past.
It started out like a lot of communities in Florida did, where citrus started somewhere else, and then investors or people who were interested in making some profit went to these smaller communities that didn't really have anything.
And so became the start of Oviedo, the land not only the foundation for new life, but a new chapter in Central Florida history.
What happened was they used swampland, and that was perfect for trees and nutrients, and especially when they took shovels and just started piling on that as their own natural fertilizer.
Zachary Surrett is a historian with the Oviedo Historical Society.
With citrus, we used to produce quite a lot. Grapefruit?
Yes.
Why they call it grapefruit?
No.
It's because the branches were so full of the fruits themselves that it looked like just bunches of grapes.
Oh, wow.
They built packing houses, which became a direct line to railroads that helped transport the fruit all over the world. You can still see one of the original locomotives in Oviedo today. Things were going well until the temps took a downturn.
There were some freezes in the 1890s which just destroyed citrus. They just completely destroyed it. Lots of people lost everything that they had.
But with perseverance, the people of Oviedo pivoted.
There was a lot of Slavic or Swedish origins, or families from Sweden that moved here, like the Lucases. Lucas Nursery. And they began to plant celery. And that was a pretty good crop. It required lots of water, but not a heavy amount of nutrients.
More farmers turned to selling what's known as green gold.
I think in the 1920s, we produced about a quarter of the marketable celery in the United States at the time.
While others expanded their groves, creating a resurgence of citrus. According to the National Register of Historic Places, Oviedo farmers shipped more than 60,000 boxes of citrus by rail in 1915 alone. One of the people trying to grow oranges was Theodore Meade. He tried to do it at his home in Oviedo's Lake Charm neighborhood.
When that didn't work out, he worked on producing amaryllis varieties.
Okay, is Dr. Meade also responsible for the reason we see so many orchids in our local grocery store?
Yes, he found out a way to commercialize it, and that's why we have them in stores so readily, and it was all right here on Lake Charm.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Why is it so important, though, that we remember how it got its start?
Well, it's because it gives the individual communities their own identity, and it could inspire people to create new industries where others have failed. We had the citrus with the freezes in the 1890s, and then in the 1980s, 1990s, and the decrease of celery in general, and then the railroads. But new industries can come up anytime.
Ginger Gadsden, Getting Results, News 6.
Celery was the deal back in the day.
The big
Saved
deal.
us around here,
Yep.
and it was like fancy.
Yeah,
Which is weird to think because there's so little flavor.
And now it's just for your blue cheese and your ranch with chicken
Right.
wings.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a sideshow for sure. Again, I will be back in Oviedo tomorrow as WKMG hits the road all week long. Stay tuned as I investigate the concerns about the city's growth. We'll be right back.
Coming up in the morning, getting some cars off of some busy Seminole County roads.
The latest ideas when it comes to alleviating traffic near the airport in Sanford, and when homeowners will get their next chance to sound off on the proposals.
Plus your pinpoint weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We'll see you for News 6 mornings starting at 5.
All right, so check this out. This is video of Sunny Williams as she reunited with her dogs for the first time in over 9 months. Williams was part of the Boeing Starliner crew last June that ended up spending an unplanned 9 months in space due to issues with the capsule. That capsule returned without Williams and her flight partner Butch Wilmore as they joined NASA and SpaceX's Crew 9 mission aboard the ISS. That 4-person crew returned earlier this month, and as you can see, they are doing quite all right. Oh, look at the little booty shakes.
Those tails
and the
are a wagon.
And she's got labs.
Yeah, good stuff.
I love labs.
I mean, can you imagine Butch, her partner, he missed his daughter's pretty much her whole senior year of high school, which
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a pretty exciting time at his house as well.
Glad to see everyone's getting all reunited and acclimating back here on Earth.
Yes.
All right, well, thanks for watching News 6 at 6:30. Stream News 6 online anytime on our News 6 Plus Smart TV app.
We break news at clickorlando.com. We'll see you at 11, or I will.
Yeah, I won't be here.
Yeah.
You'll be there.
You'll be asleep.